What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona beat Daegu 5 goals 2-0. Of course, a great performance yet again, 3 out of 3 on the Asia tour. Downside is, of course, at the end of the game, Pau Cubarsí getting that injury. Hopefully, nothing too serious for him there, but in terms of the actual performance, everything went quite well. Gavi and Lewandowski scoring goals in the first half, Tony Fernandez and Marcus Rashford scoring goals in the second half, and yet again, you had your two teams play 45 minutes each. It was, routine to what we saw in the other games. A positive side, of course, is keeping the clean sheet. Now, keep in mind, Daegu are probably the worst team that we've played in the 3 games. They're like last in the Korean League and stuff like that. So they're nowhere up to scratch with what we had with the FC Seoul and Vissel Kobe. But the most important thing is, of course, keeping that clean sheet, shoring up the defense. I don't even think in past the 20th minute they had any clear chance or any chance whatsoever on goal, but very, very happy with the performance. I must say that Gavi is just looking at an absolute incredible level. 3 goals in his last 2 games, probably 3 goals in the last 60 minutes he's played for Barcelona on tour. It's been quite astounding from him. Of course, Lamine Yamal has been remarkable as well. It's just hard to describe these kind of talented players and how impactful they will be for this team in the season. I really think that Gavi is going to have a huge season. I love the performance of Dani Olmo in that second half as well. It's good to see Eric Garcia come back as well from those few knocks. No Fermin or Inigo in this game because they have knocks, and you have now the Cubarsí knock as well during the game, which isn't the best, but hopefully will be manageable. But respect to Flick. I want to give Flick some credit as well. He shoved the defense in this game. I liked how he kept it with 2 teams for 45 minutes. He probably won't do that for the Gamper. I think for the Gamper, you'll probably see like the starting team play at least an hour, 70 minutes, even if there's unlimited subs, of course. But look at the team, the talent in the team is fantastic. Of course, Tony Fernandez getting on the score sheet today. I thought Dro in the first half played well. I missed a few chances. Probably should have scored one. That tap in was open for him. Joel Garcia made a great save in that first minute for the Daegu chance, the only chance probably of the game. Fantastic 1v1 save. We've been missing those for ages and ages now. Had a little bit of a mistake in the second half that Daegu did not capitalize on, but we'll let that one slide. Araujo's looking good. I don't think he's improved dramatically, but he's looking much more cleaner, much more stronger. Of course, he held the line quite well in the first half. Passing is still a bit all over the place for him. Gerard Martin, shout out to Gerard Martin for that assist. The assist was insanely good. Hitting that kind of ball on the one time with curve and pinpoint perfection to the far post attacker is not easy. And I would really love all of our fullbacks to have that ability. So he had a great assist there. Apart from that, he was a bit mid. If we're being honest, just doesn't really fit the mold here. I feel like Balde is looking okay. To be fair, Balde is probably I wouldn't say it's a concern, but he's not performing at the peak that we've seen for Pedri, Gavi, Lamine, which hopefully will come. But there's a bit of missing parts in this game that hopefully he will get over his shoulder. De Jong was solid. Gavi, of course, immense. Dro played well. Lamine, fantastic. Robert as well was okay. Rafa was good as well. Just needs to be a bit more clinical with his chances. I don't want to see unclinical Rafinha again. I've already suffered through that enough. Second half, Eric Garcia was okay. Christensen looked fantastic. Cubarsí was still until that injury, of course. Jeffrey Torrance looked pretty decent too. Casala looked great. Pedri looked, of course, fantastic. Olmo was immense, absolutely immense. Rashford was okay, was decent as well. Rudy Borgi looked a bit not sloppy, but wasn't getting those final touches and final moves in behind. Tony Fernandez looked good, but we have to. One thing I really want to highlight is there were a lot of missed chances in this game, second half especially. I'm surprised that Dani Olmo didn't get on the score sheet. Rashford missed a few chances. Always that final pass that just kind of went begging for the team. I think though in both halves the team defended very well. The high line was very, very high, and the referee always flagged it most of the time, which was good. And the conditions of the game weren't that great as well. There was heavy pouring in the match, like after the 60th minute, like heavy pouring rain. which is a bit annoying for, the purpose of this game, which is to get to match fitness and match sharpness, and with the rain and the ball slipping around, stuff like that. Bit annoying to say the least, but overall very, very satisfied. Look, you can't take away from the fact that, winning all 3 games on tour is no mean feat. A lot of teams don't really win all their preseason tours and preseason games on tour, and we've done that. Even the other 2 games where we conceded goals and the scoreline was, very, very generous. Despite that, we went out there and got results, and that's the most important thing. Having that winning feeling, even though when you don't try, is always a bonus to have for these type of players. Disappointing not to see Guilherme Fernandes today. The game was quite dead. Would love to see him get a few minutes on the pitch. Yes, hopefully with Kubarsi for a minute, Inigo, there's something too serious there. Of course, Ferran Torres didn't come on as well, so maybe he's suffering with a bit of a knock. Again, there's no classification in terms of the injury. There's just no risk being taken, so they might have felt something. They're not injured. They can still play, obviously, but they just don't want to risk anything. So hopefully with those 3, those 4, they're all good, especially the Kubarsi one, because we saw that one in the game. The only injury that we have suffered on this tour on the pitch was Kubarsi. So hopefully he's okay to start the season in just 10 days time, almost 12 days time. But yeah, I think the most important thing for me is the passes to play that we saw in this game. You're seeing the team now get more, fluid on the pitch. The camaraderie, the chemistry is all there. The dummies between Dani Olmo and Tony Fernandes in the second half, it seems like they've been playing with each other for years and years when they haven't been. I would like to see the attacks be more threatening. Of course, these are all, we're just being nitpicky now, especially with it only being preseason. But all these things, of course, will drastically improve, and we can really analyze the team in that first game of the season away against Real Mallorca. With the Joan Gamper coming up now, I think the priority, of course, is definitely to win for the fans at the Johan Cruyff Stadium, and hopefully see a bit more of not an identity, but the true attacking ability of Barcelona, because we're being, generous here, trying tricks, back heels, going through the enemy, trying to go through 5 players and, score, trying to get his clip, which is definitely okay with me, especially in a game like this that we're already winning and comfortable and don't need anything. But João Gambra, I want to see the team play as if it was a La Liga game. Against a good team as well. Como, he keep it well. Someone mentioned this in live stream as well. It's a good point, teams we played in the preseason haven't been, the best teams out there. Vizela Kobe were okay, FC Seoul were okay, Daegu were the worst team for sure. But when you play those teams that have, more recognizable player, play in the top 5 league, you get that more competitive aspect. So playing Como will be a no mean feat. Of course, we'll have a little honorary moment as well for Sergio Roberto, most likely. But good game for me overall. Successful tour, of course, money-wise, sponsorships, revenue, advertisement, and of course, preparation for the start of the season. Of course, in the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on the match. Any players that stood out, any players that you wanted to see but didn't, big players that you would, the players that you would maybe see their performances are a bit in question. Leave me all your thoughts down in the comments below, and of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.
Yeah.